She appears to be a girl, but she is actually a flame. She's so bright she can burn your eyes, so look the other way. It was June 2016, and Bitcoin was a big issue with investors looking for the profits. Ruja Ignatova took the stage in a flowing burgundy gown adorned with the black sequins with beams of light falling on her, and Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire, playing over the speakers. A song goes, she looks like a girl, but she's actually a flame. So bright she can burn your eyes. Better look the other way. The speakers yelled in the background as she grinned and thanked to audience way at London's Wembley Arena. Ignatova nicknamed herself Cryptoqueen and sold her enterprise OneCoin as prosperous. And if you are the investor into that OneCoin, I'm sorry. What a terrific occasion. Over 11,500 people showed up. You are all amazing. Ruja Ignatova stated that in 2 years, no one will be talking about Bitcoin anymore, as investors clapped enthusiastically. Isn't it interesting how Ruja, as many other wonder kids who never work in their entire life, being called on TV shows, public speaking panels above all, and they're talking about money, how you can make money. Imagine this, the society we are living. We have the people who've been called by the TVs, media, newspapers without doing any due diligence. People who will tell you that you're gonna make the millions. It doesn't work that way. I'm saying this over and over again. I'm running no one but 3 businesses. I don't know what it takes to make the money. But each time when I see somebody on a TV talking how to make the money, telling me secrets, do the Bitcoin crypto thing, I know it's a problem. Why? Because Ignatova vanished from the site 16 months later. Yeah, well, after being in London, when she bought a flight from Sofia in Bulgaria to Athens in Greece. Since then, no one has seen her. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bekes, and welcome to the podcast Live the Battlefield. I am the Guinness World Record holder for the longest audio broadcast, 55 hours and 25 minutes, no sleeping. I also served 14 years in the military, including 1,800 straight combat days in the war in ex-Yugoslavia. My professional career has spanned from being a combatant in a war to working in military security intelligence services, diplomatic intelligence services, and my scope of work while I was working in intelligence, military, and diplomatic was to investigate, interrogate high-ranking military officials, traitors, spies, and organized crime figures, as well becoming a best-selling author on the topic of investigation, espionage, and interrogations. And this story has 2 sides. So let's unpack this story together about Ruja Ignatova, better known as who else? The Cryptoqueen. But before we continue, question for you. Did you invest in the Bitcoin and or crypto? If you did, you're going to love this one. Let this not happen to nobody ever again. So, who are major investors in Bitcoin or crypto? Who are the major investors? Who are the people who are investing in Bitcoin or crypto? The appeal of financial autonomy, the possibility of large returns, and the low entry barriers compared to conventional investments are alluring middle-class individuals to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Investors looking to diversify their portfolios, holdings beyond traditional assets like equities and bonds may find cryptocurrency to be a very attractive choice because it's creative, it's decentralized in nature. Well, really it is not. Let me just put this into perspective. Your money is on a bank account. Sure, you have the 4 banks because it's a big competition, 4 banks. So I'm on one of those banks. So my money needs to go from my bank to somewhere else. It's not decentralized. because recipient is getting on a bank account as well. It doesn't get into the cryptocurrency bank accounts. There's a crypto bank in Switzerland. No, it's not. It gets on the money on an account. And this is the problem. People think that the government doesn't follow your money. Of course they follow money. Money must come from somewhere to somewhere. In between is not important because that's a minor details. They were looking who is the perpetrators, who is the person who invested, the person who took the money. And as usual things goes with cryptocurrency, there's always these big investments. Bank doesn't need to know, government doesn't need to know, nobody will find out. But yet you will stay without this money. Despite the dangers and volatility, the digital nature of these assets make them accessible globally, attracting middle-class investors from all over the world who want a piece of what they see as the future of finance. Well, while we don't act as a big boys, they're investing money, so why don't we do it? I'm the middle-class man as well. A move towards more egalitarian financial engagement is being signaled by democratization of investment opportunities. That's the why. Needless to say that there are numerous crime investigations against multiple cryptocurrency companies and their owners who are in their 20s and 30s who never worked with the money, but somehow they convinced millions of people, maybe including you, to invest into cryptocurrencies, eventually lose their money. Guys, you are not rich to buy cheap. Where is your brain? When somebody says to you, buy this, you're gonna get money later. Do you see the bank do this? Well, they don't do these things. You guys need to think beyond horizon. That's what it is. If it's too good to be true, usually it is too good to be true. But we talk about Ruja Ignatova, and let's go discover who is she. She was the crypto queen, and she just disappeared with all this money. And how she did this, let's go discover together. Ruja Ignatova, she's a Bulgarian born, and she was born in 1980. She was reared in Germany, where her mother is a teacher and her father was engineer. So she's grown up in Germany, basically. Her family relocated to Germany when she was a very, very little girl. And Ignatova excelled academically and spent her free time studying and playing what? Chess. She's very creative, she's very smart. Her peers describe her as a reclusive, smart, and ambitious. Ignatova vanished from sight 16 months later when she boarded a flight in Sofia in Bulgaria to go in Greece. Since then, no one has seen her. That's all we know about her now. We know as well she attended University of Constance in Germany on a scholarship and married a fellow law student there. Of course she did. There have been allegations that she attended Oxford University in England, but no information on the institution, course, or admittance date has been provided. I'd like to just say something to you guys. That's because somebody puts on LinkedIn that he finishes some school or has some title. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Do your due diligence. Ask for the paperwork, and then I can call in school. Because Ruja, she received her PhD in private international law from the German University of Constance in 2005. It also stated that she worked for the McKinsey and Company. Right. You come to this a little bit later. But as I say, do your homework. When you employ somebody, you're dealing with somebody in business, ask for every single question. Person, like in my line of business, when somebody says to me, what degree you completed? Here we go. Call the university. Oh, I want to know this. Go there, ask, no problem. Here we go, paperwork. You confirm this. When you employ the people, do the same thing. That's what we're doing for my clients as well. In my other company, Inside Intelligence Group, we're vetting people. But when you want to be desperately rich as a Ruja, well, you're prepared to say to people what they want to hear it and show them what they want to see it. She told people she wanted to be a millionaire by the time she was at 30. And she read money-making books from the early in the morning. Because you know why? Because there's so many books in the market which tells you how to become rich without working. Just you're gonna become rich. After studying European law at Oxford University, Ignatova worked in Sofia as a consultant for the multinational management consulting firm McKinsey & Company. Her clients respected her and associated with her rise from humble beginnings and strong desire for money. She was fluent in Bulgarian, German, English, and Russian was incredibly useful. Ignatova placed a high importance on what? On appearances, usually attending events in evening gowns, bright red lipstick, and diamond jewelry. Of course, to appear she is wealthy. What else? Everything was glamorous and successful, and she was obsessed with looks and elegance, because that's what we're seeing every day on social media. You've been thrown into your face and shoved up in your mouth what you should look like and do, as everybody wants to do it to you be successful. The 10 FBI fugitives that are most wanted. That's the interesting part. Ruja Ignatova is the only woman among the FBI's top 10 most wanted fugitives, which also includes murderers and gang leaders. Top 10! Of course she is. She's one of just 11 women on the FBI list of 529 fugitives which have been released since 1950. That's not good stuff to be amongst number 10 criminals. Ignatova and her associates lied victims into parting with billions of dollars, but falsely they falsely claim that OneCoin will become the killer of Bitcoin. OneCoins were in fact useless. Their lies are manufactured with the sole purpose of duping ordinary people across the world into giving them hard-earned money, your money. Would you ever think about when somebody says to you, I know how you can become the richer? Like, I never saw the bank comes to me and said to me, I know how you're going to be richer. Ignatova vanished in October 2017, but her image appeared worldwide media and of course on a FBI website. Additionally, she's one of the Europe's most sought fugitives. Ignatova is believed to be traveling with the armed guards and associates. The warrant states towards the bottom. Ignatova may have changed her appearance in some way, such as through the plastic surgery. Nothing new, that's what the criminal is doing. The FBI categorized fugitives based on the gravity of the offenses and the level of the threat. Ignatova, she's not a lonely case, that was all planned. Just hear me, you want to do cryptocurrency? Do it, just open a website. Nobody will ask you nothing. Nobody will ask you nothing till you are not being asked by the law enforcement agencies, because it's not regulated, because everybody can be into cryptocurrency. But one thing, you don't need to be the part of that vicious circle, because that is going in circle. People who never work in their life, never, ever, telling you that they're gonna make you the rich, just put more money. Recently, I done some investigations for certain individuals to find the people who offended them. They defrauded them. No apologies, not offended them. They defraud them. And they say like, how they approach you on a WhatsApp. Seriously, on a WhatsApp. First message was, hello sir, I'll make you rich. I mean, like, isn't that alarm bell itself? Is that a red flag itself? That somebody comes to you on WhatsApp and say, I'm gonna make you rich because this is my website. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work because these guys are stealing money. Ruja Ignatova, she took money. She changed her appearance. She has the armed guards. You know why? Because she took billions. I presume it's billions, not millions, billions. Now, the cryptocurrency OneCoin was designed mainly to defraud investors. So she was that planning. For how long? However, court records show an astonishing story of how Ignatova and Carl Sebastian Greenwood, one of the OneCoin's co-founders, allegedly knew from the start that their ambitious idea was a Ponzi scheme. Even court says it's a Ponzi scheme. According to FBI agents, the OneCoin cryptocurrency was designed to defraud investors. End of the story. Their investigation proved Greenwood and Ignatova referred to the OneCoin idea as a nonsense coin in emails while developing. So they were thinking very clearly from the beginning, they're going to take your money because you make you a fool, then you don't know work. According to records in email to Ruja's brothers Konstantin Ignatov, who also engaged in the scheme and took over OneCoin after his sister went missing, Greenwood referred to his investors as idiots and lunatics. So the people who told you to buy the cryptocurrency, that's how they're calling you. In 2014 letter to Greenwood, Ignatova remarked, maybe not perfectly clean or something to be proud of, except with the you alone when we make money. In 2014 email to Greenwood, she also advised them on how to exit the company if it fails, suggesting that they should take the money and run and blame this on somebody else. That was the exit strategy. I already written more about cryptocurrency, but to summarize, digital assets such as Bitcoin are governed by the global decentralized computer network rather than a bank or governments. For example, experts in crypto miners use data center servers to generate Bitcoin. That's what they're doing. Use the data centers to servers to generate Bitcoin. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile and mostly unregulated industry, with experts having conflicting views on its viability. We don't know the future economies according to Bitcoin proponents would be constructed on digital currencies valued by user communities rather than central banks. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, guys. Critics dismiss them as a hoax or at the very least highly risky investments. That's what they're saying. It's a highly risky investment, which means you can save without your money 99.9%. Ignatova carefully prepared and carried out her approach. What that means? Ignatova and Greenwood began presenting OneCoin to bankers in New York, Europe, and other regions in 2014. Regarding the accusation, they organized virtual conferences and webinars asking prospective investors to fund an account that will facilitate the purchase of OneCoin bundles. That's correct. According to the US prosecutors, OneCoin operated as a multi-level marketing network Ponzi scheme, with investors earning commissions for referring others to buy Bitcoin bundles. Packages generated income levels ranging from beginner to tycoon trader. Imagine somebody calls you tycoon trader. How appealing that it is. You are tycoon trader with the money you give but you never see back. According to prosecution documents, Ignatova and her accomplices promised buyers a 5 to 10-fold return on their investment. 5 to 10-fold return. There was a frenzy shopping. Investors contributed approximately $4 billion, as I say, $4 billion to OneCoin between fourth quarters of 2014 and 2016. In 2 years, $4 billion. According to court papers, US investors donated approximately $50 million. Ignatova took full advantage of the wild speculations that followed the early days of cryptocurrencies by timing her strategy perfectly. Unlike other cryptocurrencies, OneCoin was not mined. OneCoin was produced using software rather than a large number of powerful servers. Software versus servers. Prosecutors have obtained an email exchange between Ignatova and Greenwood between August 2014 in which she remarked, "We don't actually mine, we just tell people shit." She told you eating shit. The value of OneCoin, like that of other cryptocurrencies, wholly controlled by the firm and was not determined by open market supply and demand. There was nothing. They have a software creating fictions, science fiction for you, for everybody. The bill concerns appeared in 2016 when investors were unable to sell their OneCoin in order to recoup the initial investment. Then the facade began to crumble in 2016. On the internet, word spread that the deal was a scam. And who become investigation? Not police, but those who bought DOT from OneCoin. They realized something was wrong. And who they go? To the press. Of course, the press began to investigate. Federal investigators from the United States and other countries become engaged because it was not just the US, it was a worldwide scheme. It was unclear what happened to Ignatova's marriage. Nobody doesn't know what happened today. But we know that FBI claimed that she discovered OneCoin was under investigation after bugging her American boyfriend residence and discovering he was assisting a federal probe into her company business activities. I want you to understand this. She ordered to bug her American boyfriend, and then she discovered that he was assisting the federal FBI or whatever other agency into her company business activities. So the federal agencies, they already knew it. She is something need to be dealt with, so they investigated her. So she ordered illegally. You can't bug somebody's house. The court order must exist for such a thing. But she did this. Her boyfriend was working with federalists, with the FBI, obviously. The person you trust the most usually betrays you. That's the point. You know, the Caesar had the expression, I love betrayals, I hate traitors. In October 2017, the US Department of Justice brought charges against Ignatova. The allegations are from conspiracy to commit wire fraud, security fraud, wire fraud, money laundering conspiracy, money laundering, and each of these offenses has a maximum punishment of 20 years in jail. She was also charged with securities fraud, which carries a possible 5-year prison sentence. So obviously she will spend another 150 years in prison if she's caught. Now, a federal judge in New York has issued a warrant for her arrest. So warrant was being issued to be arrested. And then she disappeared. Bubsy Wubsy, summer she's gone. October 25, 2017, she took commercial trip from Sofia to Athens. I mean, Federales FBI doesn't touch her there, so she can travel. So she flies from Sofia, Bulgaria to Athens in Greece. After that, she vanished, putting her business associates in charge of the collapsing corporation. You are CEO now, and you are like, oh my God, really? Yeah, I'm just going to take the quick trip. According to FBI, she left Athens on a German passport and may have gone to Germany, Russia, United Arab Emirates, Eastern Europe, or even back to Bulgaria. 100,000 reward is being offered by the Federal Bureau of Investigations for information that results in her arrest. We are made off with a sizable sum of money. And I suppose she's taking advantage of the fact that you can make a lot of friends with money. That is correct. She's not being arrested, but somebody else was arrested. Who is that? Her partners were arrested. Not so fortunate were her partners. After being detained in July 2018 at his Koh Samui Talent home, Wales, Greenwood was extradited to the United States. Koh Samui in Thailand. He entered a guilty plea to wire fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering in December of that same year. He's been held and could spend 20 years in prison on each of these 3 charges. That is a lot of time in prison because he told everybody they can eat their own shit. Now, Konstantin Ignatov, Ruja brother, was taken into custody at Los Angeles International Airport in March 2019. He was on business trip to the United States. I was getting ready to take plane back to where? In Bulgaria. And then he's been taken off the plane. Subsequently, akin to scene from a movie, he was shackled by the 5 large guys dressed in suits and led to an interrogation room where he was repeatedly questioned about his sister's disappearance. That's gonna be a great movie. Ignatov entered a guilty plea and then the punishment ought to be given. We're still waiting for the final judgment, right? Now, OneCoin is no longer in operation and its website has been taken down. However, its creator, a long-dressed woman adorned with a dozen jewels, managed to get away from the law because she planned this. with your money. The location of the Cryptoqueen is still unknown. Nobody does know where she is. More than 5 years after she disembarked from a plane in Greece. Maybe she lives in the Olympus somewhere. Maybe she's become new oracle. Who knows? But nobody doesn't know where she is. The point is very simple, guys. When I'm investigating that type of fraud, when the people are being defrauded by the cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, it's very difficult to pinpoint where the person it is, particularly if they contact you over the WhatsApp. Anybody can be anywhere and anybody can be anywhere at the same time. But one thing is certain, that when you press the button to transfer money, ask yourself a question. Is this the normal? Because guys, I don't want you to become statistics. I don't want you to become knee close somebody I'm gonna try to help to recover the money. Because most of these things disappearing overseas and nobody doesn't know where it is. If FBI can't find Ignatova at this stage after 5 years, guys, nobody will find your money. Thank you for watching Live the Battlefield. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment. And let me know in the comment section below, are you the victim of the crypto or Bitcoin? Thank you.